I'm sure, as far as China are concerned. And the final match is the third of our men's singles games as Pengyu takes on Toby Penty. And again, really on paper, another case of what should be a stroll as far as China are concerned. Pengyu, the world number 10, up against Toby Penty, the world 116.
No doubt that Toby, he'll be in trouble here. He's a very young player, very inexperienced in these kind of situations, and up against Pengyu, who's also a very, very solid player, a lot like Chen Long.
There is Pengyu. As you say, a young man ahead of him, just 19, Toby Penty. Fair to say, I would suggest this is the kind of the biggest match and the biggest stage that he's ever played on. Now we suggested with Nathan Robinson, we'll be saying goodbye to international badminton. Well, for Toby, it's a big hello, really. Only 19. Taking the step up from the junior ranks now to the seniors. And now up against the world number 10. And a player who reached the final of the Asian Badminton Championships just a short while ago. The umpire there sorting things out, Mike Walker of Canada. Did play at the World Championships at the Wembley Indoor Arena. Lost to Sho Sasaki. Up to the quarter-final of the European Junior Championships as well, but this is Pengyu, who did lose to Chen Jin in that Asian Badminton Championships after beating Chen Long in the semi-finals.
And that wasn't really a big surprise that he lost that final.
As you can see, it's a win-loss ratio, 13-5 to Pengyu. Disappointing performance, particularly All England. We lost in the first round to Grumbaka of Indonesia. And you see 5-5, the ratio for Toby Penty.
Pengyu, part of the new Chinese generation.
Yeah, I mean, how long do you think longer Lin Dan's going to carry on playing these high-class events?
It's difficult to say. Sometimes he says in interviews that he's going to play like until like he's the same age as Peter Gade at the moment, but yeah.
He's one of those players though that doesn't, you know, he's not playing every event, you know, and his schedule is such that, you know, it should allow for a longevity in his career.
Yeah, and he definitely has the quality. I mean,
he's played at tournaments where he's actually playing and he doesn't last the distance because he decides that for injury or illness or whatever that he's not going to finish the job off.
Yeah. No doubt he's going to try to win the Olympics for the second consecutive time, and
no one's done that, have they? So in badminton. So
if he succeeds in that, he's going to be a legend, and why not sort of extend it by winning as much World Championships as possible? It seems that at these big events, Lee Chong-wei is unable to sort of deal with the pressure, and Lin Dan beats him every time.
Well, big test and task ahead of Toby Penty.
On my left, England, represented by Toby Penty. On And on my right, China, represented by Pengyu. England to serve, love all, play.
Well, first point goes the English teenager's way.
Love. Service over. 1-all.
Wow, great play here by T.Penty.
Service over.
Yep, Ajivusef among those leading the applause.
1.
Good deception.
Nice confidence booster at the start of this match.
Service over. 2-all.
Pengyu is also making his debut here on the Chinese Thomas Cup team.
There's plenty to encourage young T.Penty here.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if he can keep this patience and sort of learn from this match. I watched him a week ago or something like that, perhaps 10 days ago in Milton Keynes, and I mean, if you dye his hair a little bit black and increases his pace a little bit, his stroke technique is reminds me a lot about Bao Chunlai.
5.
That's not a bad comparison to have. Did you tell him that?
Actually, I did, but it's very important with the hair dye. I mean,
He hasn't got it all then.
he's been working very hard on his physical
6-2.
ability for the last year. He's still got a long way to go, and you can tell by just watching the legs of the two players. Pengyu really, really strong.
that word patience needs to come in. He needs to start getting that shuttle in play and get into the rallies again.
He's lost 8 points in a row now. That's a bit of the same pattern that we've seen in the last 3 matches. Stroke quality not good enough.
A little bit better here though. That put the curse on it.
10-2. Interval.
Well, that came up pretty quick, didn't it? The interval coming in just 6 minutes. Nice start from T.Penty, but unfortunately couldn't sustain it.
The problem is that you can have a lot of small chances during a rally, but they end up in nothing, and you have to be able to play on, even though these small chances doesn't really lead to anything. The bigger chances might come after 12 or 14 strokes in the rally.
Play. Well, 2.
Well, this is a long run of points now, isn't it? Pengyu. It's reached double digits, 10 in a row. Well played. That's what can give him some encouragement.
3.
Stuck in the rally, as you said. And it's not necessarily going to come on shot 5 and 6. Out of his body, manages to produce the winner.
Serve's over.
Whoa.
13-3.
Nice little deception from Pengyu here. Penty, totally wrong direction.
Three.
It's close.
That's a wrong call.
I thought
I'm
it was
exactly behind the line. No.
Wasn't by much, was it?
At least I'm not as sure after seeing it in replay as I was before.
Thank you. That's good.
Well, 14-3. Surely an unassailable lead once again.
14-3.
You obviously wish these games could be a little more competitive as they were in the first 2 matchups. And some glimpses of excellence from Penty.
Service over. 4-14.
See these service returns, his return on Pengyu's short services, they're quite easy to read. You can see all the time where he's going to put the shuttle, and just not going to get away with that at this level.
5-14.
Bit of a loose shot here from Pengyu.
Serve's over. 15-5.
I think that went out of the green area.
$16-5. Serve's over. 6-16.
Got nice height on that, didn't he, Penty? So just having an old towel down.
Play, please.
It seemed to be getting warmer in inside here.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like they've got too much air conditioning
No,
in this hall.
not at all.
There's a bit of drift on the outer courts, though. Spoke to some of the Danish players earlier today.
Doesn't seem to be any in the middle though, does there?
Serve's
No,
over.
very little.
17-6. Serve's over. 7-17.
Again.
Serve's over.
I
Pretty
disagree
close.
again.
18.
Well, let's see if you're right this time. Doesn't get much tighter than that. Not convinced either way, really.
No. Must admit the linesman might be right.
19-7.
No doubt on that one. Comfortably in from Du.
Great play.
Yeah. Brings up game points as well.
10-7.
Uses his superior speed and superior physique.
athleticism from Du.
And that one looked like an unforced error, but it's really not unforced. Du was forcing it by playing with T.Penty's mind. He knows that it has to be so accurate, otherwise it's going to be coming back.
Yeah, he showed a great tenacity, didn't he?
Fantastic.
Just stepped it up the last couple of points. T.Penty giving it a 21-7, the margin of that first game. And China in command, cruise control. They're on their way to the expected whitewash. A bit of a chastening experience for T.Penty. Some points there that I'm sure he'll think of.
20 seconds. Court
He has played some nice shots.
Seconds. Second game, level, play. One.
That was in.
Love.
With a misjudgment from T.Penty there. He said his plan is to try and play a lot of tournaments after the Olympics when a lot of the big names will be missing. Of course, post-Olympics, to try and amass some world ranking points, get in the top 75.
Two.
Does that sound like a plan to you, Steve?
Yeah. He definitely has to improve on his speed and his shot quality. He's going to be able to make a lot of quality shots in a row, but playing a lot of Grand Prix tournaments and perhaps some IC tournaments as well. Sounds like a good idea.
Seven's over. 1, 2.
Got back well for that one, didn't he?
From an English point of view, that was a good rally, and from a Chinese point of view, that was just a rally like many, many others.
1, 2.
Let's see what's happening. The next 2 or 3 rallies.
Trying to be positive though, isn't he, Toby? Oh, again, another close call that goes against him.
He made, just before he made this mistake, he made a good shot, but it was coming back. And then he was going forward too heavily. That gave the point to Pengyu.
Too positive then.
Great play.
7 Service over. 2, 3. All.
Good period here for the English player.
Oh! Oh! 4, 3.
Well, encouraging start for Penty at the start of this second game. Question now of maintaining it. Just wonder whether Du will just step it up a little now.
4, 3.
So new racket required.
Out. 5, 3.
Not sure that was out, but there we go. One went his way. That was definitely in.
We've seen Toby Penty directing the rallies. The last 6 or 7 rallies he's been in control. So probably Pengyu will try to increase the pace a little bit.
Oh! 7, 3.
Finding the corners as well. Not this time.
7's over. 4, 7.
It's a nice little run of 6 points in a row there for Penty. Best run of the match.
Five, 7. Seven's over. 8.
Making a game of it.
Yeah, and this is one of the differences between Pengyu and Qianlong, because Toby wouldn't have been able to kill it that easy on Qianlong.
He'd have been coming back.
It would have been coming back. It would be coming back with better quality than was actually the case here.
Seven's over. 6, 8.
See that Pengyu has some difficulties scoring when Toby Penty's got the right height and the right length on his lifts. So not that strong in attack compared to Qianlong. Shenzhen for that matter.
Just lost the range suddenly, Penty.
Yeah, I'd really like to see that in slow because I think he was quite a bit into his own court. I don't think Pengyu had the right length on his shot.
Nine, 8.
T.Penty should primarily use short service returns because they are of much better quality compared to his long service returns that has immediately created some possibilities for Pengyu. That's a passive stroke.
Well, that little run from T.Penty stung Pengyu into action. 5 points in a row to taking an 11-8 interval lead. 10 points from wrapping this all up.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
We've seen a lot of young players, and obviously Denmark have got some good youngsters as well. T.Penty got the game, you think, to get himself into that top 20 of the world?
Oh, it's very difficult to predict. He's got some parts of it, but yeah, I actually think that he could make top 20. He's got nice technique, good movements, good stature, so speed and experience, lots of practice, lots of good practice.
Maybe needs to bulk up a bit as well, maybe. Or does that curtail the speed that you're looking for?
I guess it's a mix.
13, 8.
Kept his eye on it well, didn't he?
Wait, please. 13, 8.
I think he's lost 10 of the last 11 points.
You're correct.
Very accurate defense from shot there.
Set is over. 9-14.
Yeah, there have been moments like this, haven't there? At various intervals.
Yeah, it's shots like that that sort of gives you hope for Toby Penty's future. That he is in fact able to create his own points.
Set is over. 15-9.
Well, we had a big crowd in here earlier this evening. Slowly, more and more empty seats. Hard and few sticking around. Just long.
Yeah.
Frustrating that for Penty.
9.
The shot from Pengyu was short again, and when they're short and he decides not to attack, sort of have difficulties finding the baseline. Terrible service return.
9.
Pengyu really quick to punish shots that lack accuracy.
Serves over. 10-17.
Well, 106 places between them in the rankings. You really couldn't expect too much than what we've seen really here, but certainly will be the kind of match that's worth Penty looking back at.
11-17.
When he looks back at this match together with the coaches, he can see glimpses of what could become something. And it's also quite obvious that there's a lot of areas where he has to put in a lot of effort in the next couple of years. So fast.
Serves over.
Pengyu.
18-11.
Played by the Chinese.
11.
Well, we talk about strength in depth. There's no doubt China have it in abundance. It's something that's certainly lacking as far as English badminton's concerned right now. Particularly without the mixed doubles around. Match points arriving, and the Chinese men look as if they're going to be following in the footsteps of their
11.
ladies' counterparts in winning 5-love in their opening matches in their respective cups here. The women in the Uber Cup and, of course, the men here in the Thomas Cup. done well to
No.
keep it going, T.Penty there. And then he follows it up with one in the net. And it's been a pretty comfortable night on day one of this BWF Thomas Cup for China. 5-0, they have beaten England. 21-7, 21-11. The winning scoreline for Pengyu in his match here against T.Penty. Well, number 10 disposing of the English teenager, who briefly rallied at the early stages of that second game. But, similar kind of matches to the previous two we did together there, Steen, in the other men's doubles and men's singles matches. So there'll be bigger tests ahead, that's for sure, for China. Looking at the stats there, see a lot of winners from the net from Du. Well, T.Penty actually had more overhead winners.
Yeah, he's got some nice strokes. See some of them here.
Well, no doubt a learning experience for T.Penty. Pengyu, well, seeing the job through. 5-0, the winning scoreline for China. First two matches were pretty good contests. The other three were very much cruise control for China. So that brings a conclusion to our action here on day one of the BWF Thomas and Uber Cup finals tomorrow. As we look at the table, which sees China, of course, lead the way. We'll have action again from England when they take on Indonesia. That'll be tomorrow night's Thomas Cup action from the show court Group A. England, well, hope to try and push Indonesia a little further, but along with China, you feel that Indonesia, as the finalists of 2010, will surely come away from this group and make it through to the last 8.